I'm of the mindset that inspiration comes from many different places. One of my biggest sources of inspiration is always being outside in nature. So today I am going to break down some great winter sewing patterns, as well as sewing patterns that are easily transitional from winter into the warmer months to come. Hi, and welcome to Dine in Creativity. I'm Rachel Ann, and I'm so happy that you're here. This is my sewing channel fully dedicated to my sewing journey, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Today's winter collection is actually inspired after going on a day trip to Ojai with my husband, right at the start of fall, really. And just seeing all of the absolutely stunning colors. We went on a really good hike, and as we were hiking along, I just was immersed in all of these different textures and colors of the greenery, florals. And so as we were hiking along in Ojai, I just had that epiphany. I even shared it with my husband and started snapping all these different pictures. I said, babe, I'm gonna make an entire collection of clothing inspired by this hike in Ojai. I really gravitated towards simple styles this winter, cozy fabrics, just comfortable. Just when you put them on, you immediately feel kind of at ease. In order to cram all these different pieces in, I kept it short and sweet. So as always, if you have questions about a pattern or thoughts or just anything, feel free to share in the comments, and you know I'll try to respond and get you those answers to your questions. In just a moment, we'll get into it. Before I jump into the content today, I want to give a brief thank you to my sponsor, Cozy Island Shoes and Handbags. If you're a fellow shoe lover like myself, then you already know that slipping into a pair of beautiful shoes can change the outlook on the day. Maybe not change the day, but it sure can give an extra pep in your step, no pun intended. Cozy Island believes we spend the majority of our lives wearing shoes, and the comfort of these shoes significantly impacts our life experiences. Isn't it the worst to put on a pair of uncomfortable shoes and have to walk around in them for hours? Well, with Cozy Island, you can have a much better experience. In fact, they aspire for their brand shoes to collectively create a cozy island for your feet. I'm always also looking to support brands that offer sustainability practices. Cozy Island utilizes yarn spun from recycled plastic bags. Insoles are made of natural latex. Throughout this video today, you'll be seeing me wear my Cozy Island shoes, and I'm not just saying this, they really are very comfortable. I ordered my typical size. I could have maybe sized down a smidge, but then if I would have sized down to a 7, I think they would have maybe skirted the line of being too small. I also do not have wide feet, so I share all of that just in your consideration, because we know online shopping can be kind of a thing. But the quality on these is absolutely gorgeous. I am so pleased with the overarching product. And I love the prices on the website for gorgeous heels in all different shades and colors, all different styles to match all of your sewing projects that you create and beyond. Definitely visit the website cozyisland.co, and don't forget to use my discount link in the description below for an extra 10% off your purchase. Happy shoe shopping! The first piece I'm going to share with you is actually what I'm wearing. This was an absolutely gorgeous and fun simplicity pattern I had just ordered from the New Year's Simplicity sale. So I'm kind of cheating by adding this pattern. It wasn't part of the original Ojai inspired collection, but it kind of worked out because the texture of the fabric, the color kind of goes with the overall color scheme. This pattern was so easy to work with. In fact, it was so simple that I did not even refer to the instructions once, which may alarm some, but for me, it just was very intuitive. It came with an absolutely adorable one shoulder top. And then the outer cardigan where you can easily mix and match either piece. I call this the teddy bear set because it reminds me of an old school teddy bear stuffed animal, and I just love wearing it. It's so effortless. You can dress it up depending on the pants that you wear, dress it down. It is a pattern. If you're into the one shoulder style with a matching cardigan, I cannot recommend enough. This was my very first time sewing with corduroy fabric, and I loved it. I used a heavyweight needle, and to sew it, I used the Mimi G 9463 pattern. And you know me, I had to make my modifications. I really wanted a classic retro style zip up dress, so I found some great jacket zippers on Amazon. I link them in my Amazon store below because they really were great quality, and omitted the pockets on the bust, the waistband clasps, and the belt because I was just aiming for something that was really streamlined, non-fussy, didn't have all the excess pockets, even though I do think it would be super cute to add those pieces. With the corduroy, I just wanted to keep the corduroy, the front and center. I really could not be happier, and this will be such a cute dress to wear with either tennis shoes or dress it up with cute little boots. I highly recommend this Simplicity 9605 pattern. It is perfect for beginners. View A is the only view I have sewn up. This is my second time sewing it up, and it's so easy to modify the sleeves. I found this gorgeous waxed vintage fabric. I went down the YouTube or the Google rabbit hole looking up what is waxed fabric, and it's just a treatment for fabric that really helps it to last. And this has got to be from the 60s, but the fabric itself feels brand new. I found it in a thrift store in Ventura. But overall, this pattern comes together so easily. It looks so cute on. I highly recommend. Name of my winter sewing game has been simplicity and effortlessness in terms of having really cute pieces to dress up or dress down. I believe I could easily wear this dress with tennis shoes and I'd be good to go. This is my first time sewing with Simplicity 8874 pattern, view C. The main modification I did was just taking out the bulk or the excess fabric of the skirt to kind of keep it streamlined, and then I just threw in the little added slits on the side, but the pattern is one I highly recommend. This next little piece was made from the leftover scraps of the previous dress I showed you. I found this knit fabric at Joann Fabrics, and I found the pattern at a local thrift store. I believe you can still find it maybe on Etsy or eBay, but I completely hacked that entire pattern, turned it into a scoop neck, and I've already gotten so much wear out of this top. It is so much fun to modify a pattern and make it work for you. Definitely give it a try. I also made this top out of the scraps of a previous sweatshirt I had sewn up and used this McCall's 8364 bodice, and the fabric didn't really take to darts very well. They kind of pucker at the top, but this is a top, again, I've already gotten a lot of wear out of. As my mom likes to say, it's perfect for just knocking around the house or going to run errands. It did also give me the opportunity to really review that McCall's pattern, and honestly, it's one that if I had had enough fabric, I probably just would have made it because it looks like it would be a really cute pattern to work with. Have you worked with it, and do you ever use your scraps to create new garments like I did? Y'all may have thought you would never see it again, but the knit floral fabric from Joann's lives on. I finally figured out what I wanted to make with the leftover fabric. And I made this cute little cardigan with the Simplicity 9826 pattern. You're gonna see this pattern a couple times in this video, but I went ahead and made bell sleeves and actually had to sew scraps together to actually create the entire sleeve itself, both of them. But I'm so happy with it. I even sewed buttons on with buttonholes. Proud moment. I love classic pieces because they will forever be in style. So using this vintage Simplicity 8111 pattern, I made this knit turtleneck. I forgot what it was called there for a second, but yes, I made the knit turtleneck and I am so happy with it. I particularly loved this pattern because it really gives you the ability to have that chunky, oversized turtleneck to it, which there's just nothing better in my opinion. And the fabric is so snuggly and cozy. It is from Joann Fabrics. I believe they have it in multiple different colors. But if you can't get your hands on this particular pattern, maybe this can just be some inspiration to seek out a cute turtleneck pattern to add to your collection. I feel like you can just never go wrong with one. They're so nice to wear as the seasons get cooler, and this could be a nice little spring turtleneck because of the color. In keeping with using up all of my scraps and also creating timeless pieces, I cranked out another turtleneck with this 8111 pattern. I actually wore this outfit to lunch and filmed this right before I left the house. So this is like the real outfit put together, and I wore that little suede bomber jacket I had sewn up over it. But again, this is one where I didn't have enough fabric to make the sleeves, and I love the sleeveless turtleneck. I don't know why I haven't done this sooner, but very fun to create and work with, and overall super happy with the end result. A sleeveless turtleneck will also be perfect as it gets a little warmer outside. I wasn't sure how to finish the sleeves, so I just used matching bias tape and it worked out just fine. Continuing on with keeping things easy and also neutral. This was the other piece, that Ojai inspired collection. I really loved the neutrality of these colors. This is another one I have worn so many times. I modified ME 2003 pattern and just cut it on the fold in the middle, but I love the sleeves on that pattern and how they kind of gather there, and then you put the cuffs on. It's just such an elegant, effortless look, and I really enjoyed cutting it on the fold to make it an actual sweater. I did add an oversized band at the bottom as well. One of my goals is to really just use every scrap I have. And so I had this Crepe de Chine fabric originally from Mood and cranked out another little camisole from the 9826 Simplicity pattern. If you have made this, have you also had to put darts in the bust, or is that just me? I'm happy with it. I'll make it again, but just wanted to show it to you. I made a toile, y'all. Thank you so much for telling me how to pronounce that word, but essentially I did want to create a mock-up of New Look 6749 before cutting into my good fabric. This fabric was actually taken from a dress that was hanging in my closet for I don't even want to tell you how long, and I had never worn it. And I don't know if it was the slippery fabric that goes into the vortex of shrinkage when you sew it up, but it is a little snug on me, and I don't know also if that was from inserting the side zip and omitting the front buttons, but it's something I'm going to keep in mind. Did I like the pattern itself? I did. I will use it again, but there are a ton of steps to it, it felt like, but it's definitely the look I was going for. This was a total mock-up, okay? I knew sewing up these trousers, which they are very well constructed. I will give you that. I took my time. There were a million steps to the trousers pattern in a million pieces, it felt like, but I knew they were gonna be too small, so I just added these satin stripes down the side. This was fabric from Goodwill. The fabric reminds me of a bad chair covering or 1970s nightmare, so I don't know if I'll wear them, but it was really fun to work with this pattern and test my skills. I'm so interested to know if you have worked with any of these patterns, what your experience was, any helpful suggestions. But this is what I have for today. It was so much fun to really embrace knit fabrics this season, as well as just gravitate towards fabrics that felt really comfortable, cozy, and enveloped me in almost a hug, really. I mean, especially this little set here. It's just really luxurious, but also so simple and very easy to sew up, not many steps at all. What have you been working on this winter? Have you also gravitated towards really cozy fabrics that are great for curling up on a chilly day? Have you gone for more structured garments? Who knows, maybe next winter it'll be all about the structured pieces. But for this winter, for me, it was just all about, like I've said, coziness, complete and utter coziness and simplicity. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. As always, happy creating and sewing, and be well.